Right, so we're looking at the second section of Lobos Etude 7. A lot of interesting things for the right hand here. So you start with that F natural up top, but the pattern on the right hand is the one that you need to focus on the most. So you got, so it's just this, P and A, P, M, I, P, M, I, P. And it pretty much continues on that. What Lobos has so beautifully done is actually placed his melody over that pattern, that ostinato pattern of the accompaniment. This time, the melody is together with the thumb. Sorry about the sound there. Then you have that F natural together with your G on the index finger, so it's index and ring that play. Actually, it's thumb, right? So, first measure of that. To the next measure, which basically moves your hand one fret over. No? You're just raising your index finger from the second string to the third string, that's all. Then here is interesting. Ring finger and middle, first two strings. And then you have your triplets. Right? So slowly, here goes. Index with thumb, move your index to the G string, middle and ring, I, then you find yourself over here in 7th position. You're just dragging your third finger underneath your second, stretch out with index finger, actually thumb. Then you're going to move your whole hand for this. And you find yourself first in 3rd position. Then you stretch out your 1 and 2 fingers so that you're, while still holding the A, you're going to be in 2nd position. Together with thumb, thumb again, right? Do use 3, it's easier. Okay? Right, so on that second page, move over, all the way up to 9th position, all the way back. Then this time you're almost behind the curtain. 1 and 2 are stacked in the first fret. Then you find yourself in 7th position. Now this is an interesting part. This is tricky. I already put a box in your music so that you know that you need to practice this one most studiously. Then you're going to move forward and change your position slightly. You're still going to hold the F sharp and your A sharp here, right? But you're going to actually do so with 2 and 3 this time. This is how that happens. It's quite advantageous that you're shifting over to an A sharp in here or a B flat. So the issue is this. If you were to remain in this position, in this disposition of your left hand, which is for all accounts and purposes forward, right? Your hand moving this way. Your ring finger is going to be a little bit flatter. But as you actually shift back here, your hand is backwards, which really helps you arch that ring finger. And you have no problem playing that open G string, right? So here's where it is, very slowly. Shift, bring your pinky in 2 frets, right? With bass, actually it's tight. When you play the G string, if you were to play it here, you would either get it muted or you would get a bad sound. So you have to practice. Pivoting your hand so you can get that G. If you pivot your hand too late, right? yourself, where's that business? Here. I would just use the A bass open. 3 and 4, you got your D, and you got your G. Right? And the thumb. Right? You're putting a pattern of 3 over sets of 4 notes. Right? So. Right? Then you use 2 and 3. Now pay attention to this. Here you have that C sharp on your 6th fret, 3rd string. Tuck in your pinky so that you get the B and pull off the 2nd finger to get that last G. And that sets you up to be able to jump over to your next position, right? So, sorry. I didn't even make it there. And then you are just in an F sharp minor. Is that right? Did I skip a line? Yes, I did. Actually, it's just this. It's actually quite easy there. I know it's uncomfortable to get the 3 there, but you're actually going to have to get that E sharp or F natural there. So it's better. You got your F sharp. Right? Then 3. Right? And I would keep that melody on the A string. Right? Even though you have a G and a D, your melody is the D. So keep it on the same string. And again. Sharp is C natural. 3. P. P and I. Right there in that chord, your C natural or your B sharp, as it's notated in this chord. Okay, and then you have your hammer-ons. You're starting on F, G, and take advantage of that. You're in 2nd position, open A to get yourself on 1st position, and you're just basically going to walk up the neck like that. Right, 2nd position, 4th position, 5th position, and then. Right? And then you find yourself doing this business. Which is interesting, right? You're first in 10th position, right? And you're only making a bar across the 6th and the 5th string. Your 3rd finger grabs the D here. And you want to have also your open G and B strings. You're holding your F sharp up here on the pinky. Move over 1 fret. Without that, it would take you a little bit longer to figure out the music. It's very oddly written, but it is just gorgeous music.